As a scientist, I can tell you that Sundays are only 24 hours long. But with NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you get every game every Sunday all in one place. That's upwards of 30 hours of NFL in one day. How can there be 30 hours in 24 hours, you ask? I have a theory. Magic. New users get NFL Sunday Ticket for 8 payments of $34.50 per month. Sign up at NFLSundayTicket.com. Local and national games on YouTube TV. NFL Sunday Ticket for out-of-market games excludes digital-only games and commercial use. Terms and embargoes apply. Availability varies.
Does it ever feel like you're a marketing professional just speaking into the void? But with LinkedIn ads, you can know you're reaching the right decision makers, a network of 130 million of them, in fact. You can even target buyers by job title, industry, company, seniority, skills, and did I say job title? See how you can avoid the void and reach the right buyers with LinkedIn ads. Spend $250 on your first campaign and get a free $250 credit for the next one. Get started at linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
You're tuned into Auto Intelligence, live from Auto Trader, where data, tools, and your preferences sync to make your car shopping smooth.
They're searching inventory.
Oh, yeah.
They find what you need.
They're gonna find it.
You can make a budget for your wallet to help you succeed. Pricing's precise and true.
So true.
It's smarter car shopping.
Ooh.
Just for you.
Oh, it's just for you.
Ooh.
Find your next ride at autotrader.com. Powered by Auto Intelligence.
With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
While we still wait on news on Jalen Carter's suspension, we got to talk about the cornerbacks and the defensive backs a bit. Welcome to Eagles Checkdown, the fastest under 10-minute Eagles podcast there is. Cover news, notes, and opinions on your favorite football team, the Philadelphia Eagles, right here on the Eagles Pinball Podcast Network. I'm Phil Stiefel, your host. You can find me hosting Trending in the AM this morning at 8 a.m. live on the STT Sports Network. I got the episode linked below. Copy, paste, join it, and bring your thoughts and opinions and everything we talk about here and everything else happening in Philadelphia sports and in sports in general, because there's lots happening in sports right now. But, guys, it's Monday night when I'm recording this. You'll hear this on Tuesday morning. It's about 6:30. I've waited as long as I could to record this episode, hoping there'd be some Jalen Carter news. And it hasn't happened yet. I still think they're trying to figure out, the NFL, what to do with Jalen Carter suspension-wise, considering this situation, spitting, considering his, reputation. There isn't a precedent to suspend him. Most of the time in these kind of scenarios, it's a hefty fine. Now, maybe they want to change that precedent. Maybe they're trying to figure out what to do, but we just don't know. So hopefully by Wednesday's show, we'll have more information. I would hope this information comes out sooner rather than later to give the Eagles proper time to prepare for life without Jalen Carter next weekend against the Kansas City Chiefs. But in the meantime, I want to take a look at the cornerback position. A lot is being made of Adoree Jackson and his poor performance. And let's break some things down here real quick before I get into some roster moves and some of the names that were brought in for workouts on Monday. Reed Blankenship, Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean were on the field for 100% of the snaps on defense. There were 61 defensive snaps. They were on for all, as expected. Quinion Mitchell was targeted 9 times. He only gave up 4 catches for 30 yards. Cooper DeJean was targeted 3 times, only gave up a single catch for 0 yards. Now, Adoree Jackson was on the field for 42 snaps. That was 69% of the defensive snaps. Jacorian Bennett was on the field for only 7 snaps, 11% of them. That's 50. That puts you at about 8 snaps with only 2 cornerbacks on the field, Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean. Now, Adoree Jackson was targeted 7 times. He gave up 5 catches, but did give up over 100 yards, 103 yards. Jacorian Bennett was targeted 3 of the 7 times he was on the field, but only gave up 3 catches. Well, 3 for 3. He gave up all those targets, but only gave up 20 yards. Now, everyone's saying that the Eagles have to bring in another cornerback. You need to bench, cut, waive Adoree Jackson immediately. And I wonder how much of the struggles in that secondary come from the loss of Jalen Carter. You lost Jalen Carter before the first play of the game. And we've talked plenty about how wrong Jalen Carter was. But that changes everything on your defensive scheme and your defensive game plan. It affects Jordan Davis, Morojomo. It affects Jay Alexander, who did not have a great game, Nolan Smith, Josh Uche, who's actually had one of the best games for edge rushers in all of the NFL week 1. It affects all of them. Them being affected affects the effectiveness of the cornerbacks. The more the pressure on the quarterback, the quicker the quarterback has to get rid of the ball. Maybe Adoree Jackson, while he did get beat, and he did look bad, there's one play where he got turned around so bad, even with help behind him from the safety, they just gave up a big gain. He was bad. I get that. But how much better would he have looked if Jalen Carter was there anchoring the defense? How much better would a Jacorian Bennett looked if he was given a bigger opportunity? Everyone wants the Eagles and Howie Roseman to bring in another cornerback, and he brought in a bunch of people to work out on Monday. Mike Hilton, slot cornerback from the Bengals, 31-year-old, in the NFL for 8 years, had 13, 14 interceptions. Everyone's like, oh, well, we got to sign this guy immediately and send Adoree Jackson to the moon. First off, Hilton is a slot cornerback. That would mean moving Cooper DeJean to the outside. That would also mean not giving Jacorian Bennett a shot, who you traded for, late in training camp, still learning the scheme. You did not give 1 snap to Keely Ringo. He only played on special teams on Thursday night. I would be utterly shocked if the Eagles add a cornerback immediately. They might still. Hilton might be. And by the time you listen to this, he might already be signed. But I want to see this secondary in action with Jalen Carter on the field. I want to see Jacorian Bennett, another young, talented guy with pedigree, given a bigger role than 7 snaps. Hell, I'd even be okay giving Keely Ringo a shot. There's question marks with the Chiefs wide receivers. You were also going up against George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb, one of the 5 best wide receivers in football. George Pickens, probably one of the 5 or 6 best wide receiver 2s in football, behind Devontae Smith. You were going up a great wide receiver core, and you were losing your best defensive lineman, maybe your best defensive player, period, for the entirety of the game. And we still shut him out in the second half of that game. So I think we need to pump the brakes and realize the scenario and situation the secondary was put in before we criticize them too much, if that makes sense. They did bring in quite a few players to work out. Some very familiar names. KJ Osborne had 3 really great years with the Minnesota Vikings wide receiver. Linebacker Jamin Davis, defensive end Isaiah Foskey, guard Ladarius Henderson, Mike Hilton, who I mentioned, tackle Kadeem Telfort, 2 offensive linemen, and I forgot, former Eagle Quez Watkins was brought in for a thing. They only brought in 1 defensive back out of 7 guys brought in. They brought in 2 wide receivers. They brought in 2 linemen, offensive linemen. Only 1 defensive back. So I think wide receiver might be a bigger question. KJ Osborne, that was kind of an intriguing one there. Don't want Quez Watkins anywhere back near this team. That's just that. We'll just leave it there. They also filled their open roster spot, the Eagles, promoting and signing Patrick Johnson from the practice squad to the active roster. That left 2 practice squad spots. 1 practice squad spot open, but then 2, they waived Elijah Cooks from the practice squad, and they brought back Montrell Johnson and Holland Pierce. These guys are getting bounced around over and over so much. It is what it is. Back to the Jalen Carter. Nick Sirianni did speak on Monday to the media and said any team penalties, fines, suspensions, anything they deal with Jalen Carter amongst the team will be kept internally and not, announced. He also appraised majorly the efficiency of the offense. I know it wasn't a flashy offense on Thursday night, but he praised the efficiency of the offense, which is very true. A couple other things. Quarterback notes. Daniel Jones, man. Getting away from the Giants and Brian Daboll, and having probably arguably one of the best weekends of quarterback play this weekend. Kind of shocking there. And the Giants also, our friends the Giants, they're considering benching Russell Wilson already after 1 week. So that would be interesting to pay attention to. I thought it'd be like week 6 or 8 before that happened. And one final thing, I forgot to mention it yesterday's episode. I mentioned it today. It was in my notes then. I'll mention it now. Happy 74th birthday, one day past, to the Eagles owner, Jeffrey Lurie. Best owner in Eagles, in sports, period, in my opinion. So happy 74th birthday to Jeffrey Lurie. Guys, we'll be back tomorrow, hopefully with some Jalen Carter information and updates, guys. Go Birds. Bubbles up.
Your season, your shot. The NFL season is rolling, and every touchdown can bring you closer to a payout with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. From first touchdown score to anytime touchdown props or the thrill of live in-game betting, every snap is loaded with opportunity. And this one is specifically for new customers who can bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Plus over $200 off of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code PINPULL. That's code PINPULL to get $200 in bonus bets instantly when you place your first $5 bet. Plus over $200 off of NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube and YouTube TV. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. That is 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort, Kansas, 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Fees may apply in Illinois, void in Ontario. Bonus bet expires 7 days after issuance. See sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos. NFL Sunday Ticket offer for new subscribers only and auto renews until canceled. Digital games and commercial use excluded. Restrictions apply. Additional NFL Sunday Ticket terms at youtube.com/go/NFL Sunday Ticket/terms. Limited time offer.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso and Samra Origins by the Weekend Coffee Collection.
Introducing Samra Origins. My collaboration with Nespresso is a connection to my roots, to my mother, Samra. Coffee that hits the right notes. It transports you. Crafted with unique notes and bold soaring flavors. Experience a taste that moves you. Nespresso and Samra Origins.
Discover more at Nespresso.com.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Life gets easier with great assists, and State Farm is here to dish one your way. Get in touch over the phone or on the app to get the teammate you need. State Farm with the assist. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability and eligibility vary by state.
It's the Smucker's Uncrustables podcast with your host, Uncrustables. Okay, today's guest is rough around the edges. Please welcome Crust.
Thanks for having me.
Today's topic, he's round with soft, pillowy bread.
Hey.
Filled with delicious PB&J.
Are you talking about yourself?
And you can take him anywhere.
Why'd you invite?
And we are out of time.
Are you really cutting me off?
Uncrustables are the best part of the sandwich. Sorry, Crust.
I was deep in it, gaming on Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7. Unfolding the screen made it twice as big and so immersive, I kinda lost myself. Might have trolled a little too close to the sun. Someone in the chat told me to touch grass, so I took my Z Fold 7 outside and kept playing. Still won, got a tan, and a nice little reset. Powerful processor, realistic graphics, you stay locked in, streak stays alive. Can your phone do that?
The new Galaxy Z Fold 7. Get yours at Samsung.com.